Hey guys, welcome to my channel. As you can see, this is a silk press on fine hair video. If you like what you see here, the silk press, then stay tuned and continue to watch. Alright, so I wanted to show you guys, this is my client, fresh, haven't washed her yet, and as you can see, her silk press definitely lasted. As you can see here, like I said, her hair is very fine. It is a nice length, but it is fine. And so I just wanted to show you what it looks like once it was washed and deep conditioned. And as per usual, I'm starting off in my sections. Like you guys know, if you've been watching my videos, you know I'm all about the sections. And I'm using a leave-in conditioner that's really lightweight. You don't want anything, I'm going to repeat this, you do not want anything that is going to weigh down the hair. The client hair is already fine, so if you put anything heavy in it, it is definitely going to weigh it down. All right, so you want to always make sure you use some type of heat protective on the client's hair, no matter what. I'm using Design Essentials. That's usually my go-to, and I am just combing that through the hair along with that leave-in, just to make sure everything's combed in. And make sure you do this while the hair is wet. Do not do it once it is dry, because again, it's going to weigh down her hair, any of your client's hair. Now, what I typically do with looser curl patterns, I'll use my paddle brush, and it is a thermal smooth paddle brush, and I'll just use that to go ahead and blow dry the hair out. If you're dealing with a client with tighter coils, that's where I would bring out my round brush, because it's going to stretch out those coils a little bit more. With the looser curl pattern, you don't necessarily have to stretch out the coils as strong or as hard, so the paddle brush is effective and efficient enough. So that's what I'm just doing here, especially with fine hair. Any hair though, you want to make sure that you get the hair very, very dry. Do not leave patches of wet hair. It will burn when you go in with your flat irons, and then you'll be frying your client's hair, then they'll be upset and they're not coming back. So definitely make sure their hair is fully dry. But from this point, guys, just continue to watch and enjoy the video. Make sure if you like this video that you share it, please, 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 and subscribe to the channel. I'm definitely working on being consistent and getting more videos out, so definitely hit that like button. All right, now that the hair is all dry, as you can see, I went back to my sections. But one thing I really want to stress is make sure when you are flat ironing the customer's hair, that you are not taking too big of sections, but definitely not taking too small of sections. You want it to be a really decent amount, like size, and it needs to be thin enough where the heat can penetrate through with one pass, but not too small where it's gonna burn it either. Okay, so just kind of pay attention to my sections. Make sure you have your small comb following that or before it, whichever way you prefer. But the comb, what it is doing is it is also helping those coils to straighten out all the way to the end I don't know if you've ever blow dried your hair and seen where it's just kind of crinkled up in some spots. That's because you're not using the comb. So definitely use the comb for that portion. I think I said blow dried, you guys. I meant flat ironed. And then the other thing, the video is sped up, but I do want to stress to you guys is to make sure when you are running that flat iron down, you want to give the heat time to penetrate the hair shaft. Do not just go down the hair shaft super fast and no heat can penetrate it. So then the hair is not going to be silky and straight. It's still going to be frizzy and fluffy. Okay, so don't go too slow. You will burn the hair, but definitely just take your time. Allow the heat to penetrate through the hair. So then all that you really need is just one pass. And then the hair will be nice and silky. Okay, now I like to take out the edges, and I use my my pressing comb. Now, not the stove one. I mean, you can use those too if you're really good with them, which I am, but this way is just easier. So I just plug that up and just hit the nape of the hair as well as the edges, because you want it nice and silky and straight. Now, just like back in the day, you know how you go get your hair pressed and then we'll hit it with the flat irons on the stove, you still want to basically do the same thing even though you're using a plug up version, because even though now her hair has been silked out, we now want to go in one pass and add some curls, which is really going to give it the shine, and it's going to basically seal everything we just did with the flat iron. And so that's what I'm going in. You don't need small sections. Just, you know, as you can see, like I'm taking much bigger sections than I just did when I soaked the hair out, because right now we're not going to do much. We're just going to go in, you know, make some curls and allow the heat and everything to just seal what we just did with soaking it out. And look, you can see right there, you can see how shiny that is. And I didn't add anything else to the hair. I literally have already soaked her hair out, and now I'm just sealing everything up. And that's it. And I'm just gonna do that all the way up. Look how big of a section I'm taking, because all I'm doing is sealing everything that we just did, because her hair is already soaked out. We don't have to soak it out anymore. And if you guys want details on how I curl with a flat iron, definitely comment below and let me know, and I will definitely get that video out to you guys if that's something you want to see. Now, when you're dealing with fine hair, I think it's very, very important to add some type of curls. It's going to give you volume. And when the hair is already fine, it needs the volume in order to give it some movement and allow it to feel like it's full, or some layers, either one. I'm just going in with my humidity spray. I am in Texas, so I usually finish up all my clients with some type of humidity spray. Okay, but yes, as I was saying, I definitely think curls is a must when you're dealing with finer textures, because you want the hair to feel fuller, versus when you are dealing with somebody that has, you know, not fine hair, then they can just get away with wearing their hair just straight and it doesn't look limp, okay, per se. guys see that shine? Anyway, I'm spraying a little bit of the spray wax on my comb to get rid of any flyaways. That is the key, guys. You don't want to flyaways. Put a little bit of holding spray or wax on your comb and just comb any type of flyaways away, and that would just basically lay them down. But this is basically the finished look. I'm going to take my wide tooth comb through it, hit her edges with some edge control, and that will be it. I'm going in here with very little serum. As you can see, I'm rubbing it all on my hands just so I don't put too much on her hair, because again, the finer the hair, the less product, especially when you're finishing it up, because if you put too much, you would just basically ruin your work and it will look stringy and it would just look a hot mess. I've had that happen to me before when I first started doing hair, and it was just terrible. Like, you basically would have to wash the client hair all the way out because there's nothing you can do with it. The hair would just be oily and stringy. So definitely take it from me, don't make that mistake. Very little product. And then now I'm just combing out all those curls and then styling the hair. Hair is something, it can do whatever you want it to do. It's just playing around with it. You know, sometimes we see all these pictures and we think their hair is just perfect, but no, somebody played around with the hair to get it to do exactly what you want it to do. And I'm just adding one more curl right there in the front. It just was not working for me, so I just had to bump it up one time, and then that's about it, guys. So she is basically styled now. I'm just putting my final touches on there, and it looks so good. Look at that, look at the shine, look at the curls. You know, she is ready to go, and it looks so much fuller now. So again, I want to thank you guys all for watching my channel. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Stay tuned until next time. You guys have a blessed day. Bye, guys.